So when she got tough, I got tougher. But I also kept it cute because the bitch, what? What? You crazy. And I had to let her know in person, like, you were just such a clout chaser. Like, the biggest clout chaser. But now when you start coming for the queen, I gotta show you, baby, it's levels to this shit. And you're not up here. You're good, but I'm greater than great. Like, I'm up here. And I had to let her know, like, hey, man, this is not what you want. Not in the ring or outside the ring.
Claressa Shields has finally broken her silence after the viral altercation with Alycia Baumgardner, claiming she reacted after feeling disrespected at an event. Her disrespect.
She went on a whole little Claressa Shields tour. So when she did that, and then I seen her in person, it was like, you got to see me. It ain't gonna be oh, I see you in the distance and I'm gonna ask you what's up. And then, she did a couple things though. We went from, like I asked her, from being cool to now she online calling me ugly. Now she online saying that I can't box. Now she online saying she a better boxer than me. She knocked me out. Those fighting words. So of course, when I see you, I got to check you. And that's exactly.
Continued. She went on a whole little Claressa Shields tour. So when she did, many people online have praised Alycia Baumgardner for staying calm during the confrontation, calling her reaction mature and controlled. However, Claressa Shields dismissed that image as fake, insisting Baumgardner provoked the situation from the beginning, as she stated in a social media post. Before this, she had already said, "I'll beat your ass right now, bitch." So that fake classy never existed. I'll be posting it tomorrow. Some analysts believe the viral clash is being judged too quickly, arguing fans should consider both sides of the
condoning that behavior from Claressa Shields, right? I mean, of course, come on, you're a woman, you're grown, all right? That just looks bad. Slapping, you just bringing too much hood to this shit. Like you slapping Alycia, whatever she had to say, come on, man. But then there's also a bit of me that's like, fellas, anybody in the war room, any of y'all watching, somebody looks at you and you have beef with them and they say, "I'll whoop your ass right now, bitch." Then it's up.
Shut the fuck up always. Get out the way. I want to get in there. No.
Not condoning it, right, Claressa? You shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have done it. That is not being professional. That is not being ladylike. That's not being grown. You shouldn't have done it. It's totally embarrassing. But I get the
story before choosing who was right or wrong. However, several analysts and fans still believe Claressa Shields crossed the line by getting physical. Regardless of what may have been said during the confrontation, critics argue that as one of boxing's biggest stars, Shields should have handled the situation more professionally because the incident ultimately damaged her public image. Despite not liking.
So you physically accosted her. And I told you guys in my videos, this is crash out behavior and really a bad look for Claressa Shields. One, Baumgardner weighs 130 pounds, was not dressed to fight. She was dressed for the occasion in a dress. She went to her own promoter's event to have a night of women's combat sports, the return of Ronda Rousey, the return of Gina Carano, who lost 100 pounds to be there, right? Also getting to see knockout artists like Francis Ngannou, fan favorites like Mike Perry and Nate Diaz. She didn't come to be dodging punches and fight. She wasn't in a training camp. So despite not
what someone says, following the incident, Most Valuable Promotions announced that Shields has been banned from all future MVP events until further notice, calling the altercation unacceptable and against the company's zero-tolerance policy for aggressive behavior outside competition. Showbiz The Adult claimed Claressa Shields may have crashed out because of jealousy over Alycia Baumgardner's appearance at the event and growing partnerships with major promoters and entertainment companies, including Netflix, which have helped expand Baumgardner's mainstream profile beyond boxing. Meanwhile, Shields strongly pushed back against jealousy claims, insisting confidence has never been an issue for her, as she commented on Showbiz's video saying, "Showbiz, there is zero amount of jealousy in my heart about looks. Everyone knows my confidence in my looks, my boxing, my smile, my body is very high. Alycia is jealous of me." Shields fired back at critics by reminding fans she remains the highest-paid female boxer in history. Shields pointed to her groundbreaking
A little bit behind it is some jealousy. Look at Alycia, bruh. Look at her, bruh. You can't say she ain't stomping with the big dogs. She's killing it. And she knew she was killing it. So that Claressa saying, I hate when you run your mouth. I hate you, bruh. Look at you. You're a champ. You're like killing it as far as you're with MVP, you're on Netflix, whatever you do gonna blow up, you're a baddie, you're whooping ass. I want somebody to whoop your ass. So, yeah, even if Claressa doesn't know, I mean, it comes off like there's some insecurities, right? That there's some jealousy, okay? If it comes
$1 million promotional deal, arguing that her accomplishments, drawing power, and influence in women's boxing prove her value speaks for itself. Shields is announcing she signed a multi-year contract worth, check this out, $8 million. That's right, and she says it's one of the most lucrative deals ever for a female boxer, proving that women's boxing deserves equal respect, equal pay, and equal opportunity. In a recent press statement, Alycia Baumgardner described the altercation with Claressa Shields as completely unprovoked, rejecting claims that she initiated the confrontation. Baumgardner said she intends to handle the situation legally and professionally while portraying herself as the victim in the incident.
Announcing she signed a multi-fight contract worth, check this out, $8 million. Wow. That's right, and she says it's one of the most lucrative deals ever for a female boxer, proving that women's boxing deserves equal respect, equal pay, and equal opportunity. Champ, what's up? Good morning. How you doing?
How does that sound, Claressa? Wow.
I'm so excited to finally get it out. I've been keeping it a secret for like a week. It's been the hardest secret ever.
Okay.
Not say nothing about it.
So tell us about that. I mean, you say that this is, of course, the money's great, but this is a statement, though. A statement to not just the sports world, but the world at large.
Yeah, listen, women in sports have been doing a lot the past couple years with the WNBA, soccer, even in boxing. I'm not the only woman who's making money.
Right.
But to have this deal get done, I feel like, you know, I'm getting my just due. I won 2 Olympic gold medals. I have 19 world championships right now.
Come on now.
And I think it's fitting to have this great deal come about. And this is a different talk from the time that me and you last spoke, Nate.
Right. That's great. It's good to hear that. You have...
that shocked the boxing world. Now, Baumgardner also put out a press release. The rivalry between Alycia Baumgardner and Claressa Shields has become one of women's boxing's most talked about feuds. Fueled by social media insults, ego clashes, and debates over legacy, both champions continue battling for dominance, respect, and recognition as the biggest star in the sport. Their rivalry has rarely been about fighting each other in the ring. They compete in different weight classes, making an actual bout difficult to arrange.
A press release. Pay attention. When your purpose is to elevate, there will always be people who attempt to pull you down to the level in which they operate. The situation that occurred on Saturday was unprovoked and entirely consistent with the individual involved. While attending the MVP inaugural MMA event as a guest, I was physically assaulted, and this behavior follows a continued pattern from someone who has publicly celebrated other fighters' brain injuries, Shade Green, initiated one-sided altercations at press conferences, and consistently displayed hostility towards other women. The conduct is not unacceptable, should not be tolerated in any profession. This behavior reflects repeated pattern of hostility, chaos, and attention-seeking conduct that continues to embarrass women's sports. This situation has been and will continue to be handled legally.
Instead, the feud has been built through words, status, and influence. Shields has consistently made it clear that she believes she is unmatched in women's boxing, insisting that no female fighter has the skill, experience, or mentality to defeat her. She often points to her undefeated record, multiple world titles across divisions, and Olympic success as proof that she operates on a different level from everyone else in the sport. Shields argues that her dominance comes from years of discipline, hard training,
this girl is upset with me, why she's mad at me. But I had an epiphany of when we spoke about VADA, about how I have all the girls signed up for VADA as we get ready for our fights. And so as I'm having this talk with this individual, she gave me a look and she said, "You're right." So she went and got signed up for her fight. That's why I didn't ever think that she was really dirty, for one. Because if I mention it and she went and got her opponent signed up for it, her results and everything is maybe why she's upset. This ain't even about no fight with her. It's about, I was trying to figure out what all could have happened. And I think that's where the anger is coming from. That.
And competing against the best opponents available, which she says has prepared her for any challenge. She has also stated in several interviews that confidence is one of her biggest weapons, saying she enters every fight already believing victory is guaranteed.
Back and forth. And you actually said, I think you said you'd fight her at 147, I think it was. When you think about women's boxing moving toward the super fight, like we have Bud and Canelo coming up for the men, what would excite you about a matchup against, you know, someone in Claressa who people see as one of the greatest female boxers of all time?
Yeah, well, you have to take heed to knowing that we're both in two separate weight classes, you know. That is I think everybody's super fight that they would love to see. You know, there's weight.
Critics argue that such bold claims add pressure and fuel rivalries, but Shields maintains that her statements reflect reality rather than arrogance. Supporters see her as one of the greatest female fighters in boxing history, while others believe her confidence sparks unnecessary controversy. Claressa Shields has often spoken about her rivalry with Laila Ali, saying Ali was the best fighter of her era, but benefited from being the daughter of Muhammad Ali, which brought her extra attention and fame. Shields argues that while Laila had an undefeated career and impressive achievements, she is more self-made in terms of global recognition because she built her legacy without a famous boxing family name behind her. Shields also highlights her own accomplishments as proof she is superior, pointing to her Olympic gold medals, multiple world titles, and
I'm a boxer, don't get me wrong, but I was a dog in street fighting too before I started boxing. So now that I'm in MMA, people think like it's so different. Yeah, it's different because you gotta learn the techniques and stuff, but at the end of the day, you gotta be a dog. Like, are you a dog or not? That's why these girls in boxing can't beat me. They ain't no dogs. They all want to go in there like Alycia coming there all pretty. But then I go in there and dog walk her. I don't even got to look. I don't even got to have no. I go in there and just I just go in there and just beat her up for nothing. I don't have to go in there defense or offense. I just go in there and just beat her ass. Like they want to do that, and I'm going there. I'm going there to destroy, like seek, like hunt, kill, like different mindsets. So that's why I'm a boxer who can go from boxing, being a boxing champion, and go to MMA. These other girls wouldn't dare do it because they too scared to lose. And
dominance across several weight classes as evidence that she has achieved more in a more competitive modern era. She believes her resume and level of opposition place her above past greats, including Ali. Even though Ali is still widely respected as one of the greatest female boxers ever. Elite Claressa Shields has often been described as an aggressive and highly competitive fighter both inside and outside the ring. Some reports claim she even tried to hurt the male boxer who dropped her in a sparring session, which sparked debate and differing accounts about what actually happened. Following the session, Shields reportedly expressed strong frustration and accused the opponent of using unfair tactics, suggesting that the exchange did not follow agreed sparring rules. She emphasized that she would not tolerate what she considered cheating or unsportsmanlike behavior. She was going to stab the guy who dropped dead in sparring because she was convinced he had unpadded gloves on. Any man who goes anywhere near this woman, I just want you to be aware she will stab you if she feels like it. When we talk about male privilege, female privilege, if a male boxer came out with this, right, his career would be done out here. A woman does it, it's like, yeah.
Did she turn the money down?
she did, and I'm gonna take the high road like Terrence Crawford and say she was the best in her era. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Ann Wolfe was the best in her era, and I'm the best in this era. Laila Ali is just Muhammad Ali's daughter. And
no, come on, we ain't gonna do that.
No, that is right.
Come on, Laila can rumble though.
She can't rumble like Ann Wolfe. I said who's the best from that era. Ann Wolfe would have knocked Laila Ali out. You know Ann Wolfe?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you know.
Okay.
Because you know she would have knocked Laila so pretty ass out.
Damn.
That's the truth.
See, when you talking, damn. it's hard to even come back for this one because I love Layla too. I love you. And it's just like, I just wanted to see some competitive action going on.
Right.
I don't think it'd be as competitive as everybody think. I think that she's a big woman. She got big hands, big feet, big head. But as far as in boxing skills,
God damn.
my boxing skills are way better than hers.
So you think this would just be a young champion beating up an old champion?
No, this would just be the greatest woman of all time showing why she's...
Well, you know, they get emotional sometimes, don't they? Anyway, what were we saying? She was saying she was going to stab this man. If any man gets asked to spar this woman, just bear in mind if you're a bit too good, she'll gut you like a fish, because I will slice his old ass up, because don't ever cheat against me. So your logic is, if he drops you, it must be cheating, and therefore it's all fair to go and stab the guy. However, Alycia Baumgardner believes a potential showdown with Claressa Shields would become one of the biggest events in women's boxing history. Baumgardner has repeatedly described the matchup as a super fight, saying the drama, star power, and years of tension between them would attract massive global attention. Although the two champions compete in very different weight classes, Baumgardner previously suggested a catchweight around 147 pounds could make the fight possible. She has also emphasized that fans are deeply invested in their rivalry because both fighters are outspoken, confident, and constantly challenging each other publicly. While logistical issues still make the fight difficult, Baumgardner insists the interest surrounding the
And yes, I ran to my car and I grabbed my knife and I was going to cut Derek Santos. Guess who stopped me? Coach John.
She was going to stab the guy who dropped her in sparring because she was convinced he had unpadded gloves on. Any man who goes anywhere near this woman, I just want you to be aware, she will stab you if she feels like it. When we talk about male privilege, female privilege, if a male boxer came out with this shit, right? His career would be done out here. A woman does it, it's like, yeah, well, you know, they get emotional sometimes, don't they? Anyway, what were we saying? That's genuinely what we're fucking dealing with, yeah. She was saying she was going to stab this man. If any man gets asked to spar this woman, just bear in mind, if you're a bit too good, she'll gut you like a fish.
Because I will slice his old ass up because don't ever cheat against me.
So your logic is, if he drops you, it must be cheating, and
The matchup proves it would be a true blockbuster for women's boxing, showing that the bad blood was more than just social media talk. Since then, both fighters have continued to throw verbal shots at each other in interviews, press conferences, and online exchanges, often debating status, legacy, and who is the true face of women's boxing. Every time they appear at the same event, tension quickly rises with fans and media watching closely for another confrontation. Was Claressa right or wrong in this heated rivalry with Alycia Baumgardner? Do you think emotions are getting out of control, or is it just boxing passion? Drop your thoughts in the comments.